They've finally set Season 9 reward pool live for the sorties. It obviously includes the age-old everything. Not measures, blueprints, well, for the chassis, neuroptics and systems. The lenses, the Orokin reactor and catalyst, legendary core is still a thing, even though endo is now live, and an Exilus adapter. Not all of them you'll get a choice of one. And for some reason, and this is kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here, but the Wraith Twin Viper. This is something that has been back It's been back twice already as built weapons. Not as parts, built ones, which means they've got a catalyst in them. So I don't see why they've brought the parts to this as a thing. Remembering that to build dual-wielding weapons, and it actually does say it here, you need barrels, which means there's two of them. Interested to see how this works, trying to get a tick mark there twice, because once it's ticked, you can't get it again. And it needs receiver. So once that's ticked and you can't get it again, the blueprint and the link makes sense. There should have maybe barrel 1 and barrel 2, receiver 1 and receiver 2. Kind of would have made sense. Unless, of course, there is the obvious, you can get that one twice. All they've got to do is have it so you can be rewarded that one twice. It doesn't tick it the first time you get it. But either way, you're going to need 2 barrels, 2 receivers, a link, and the blueprint from this, which is probably the most parts that have ever been in any of the sortie rewards by quite a long way. Comparing the Wraith Twin Vipers to the normal ones, you can see the slash is slightly higher, and that's it. These are a massive improvement over the normal Twin Vipers, and they're actually slightly better, if I remember rightly, than the AK Stilettos. The bigger question, of course, is it worth putting up with missions like the condition of fire on an interception? Honestly, interception here is fine. Interception on the level 80 to 100, then I tend to avoid them. Rescues aren't really that bad. The assassinations can be problematic for some of the bosses. Not all of them. Some of them are fairly easy to actually do. It doesn't actually say who this assassination is though. Ceres. So that could quite possibly be Krill and Vor, who are now the bosses on Ceres. It's not just one anymore, it's both. Krill and Vor. But I don't know who it is from that picture. There is a pipe here, so it could be Krill. Obviously, these missions tend to change depending on the day. This just happens to be the missions for the first day this was actually up. But it is worth getting a hold of if you don't have the Wraith Twin Vipers, because they are fun to use. They are ammo-eating beasts, but I've used them against every boss in the game. Okay, there's 1 or 2 I haven't used them against since they were reworked, like the Raptor 2.0 might be a bit of a bullet sponge using these, because you'll run out of ammo very quickly. And, oh yeah, Vehek, these run out of ammo ridiculously quickly. But they are a fun little weapon to use. Plus, you know, there's the endo you can get from here, the chance for a legendary core, the chance for a catalyst or a reactor blueprint, a chance for the Exilus adapter. More than likely, the first few times you'll do it, you'll either get measure parts or the lenses, more than the actual weapon parts. But it is worth doing these from day to day if you do want them. As for if they're tradable or not, I don't know. I can't really find out. I've spent the past hour-ish trying to find that out, and they might be tradable eventually, but for now I'm just going to say possibly not, because the Wraith Latron, when it first popped up, wasn't tradable, but apparently it is now. So these might become tradable eventually, but the lenses are tradable. I'm not sure about measure parts. I have no idea if they're actually tradable. I wouldn't think they were. They're not prime parts, but they could be, because most sortie stuff tends to be tradable. So if you don't really need them, you can always sell them for platinum or trade them for stuff that you do need. So these are still worth doing in that fact as well.